Earlier in 2025, we brought to you one of the most enticing and innovative tournaments. A unique championship where the winners of 8 Splatoon LANs face off to see who and which region would take home the crown.
LCS champions.
I say we do it again. Today we are announcing the Splatoon 3 LAN Championship Showdown 2026. The 8 LANs who represented this tournament are back at it, featuring Big Dapple in New York City,
Oh my God!
Chai Shoals in Chicago, Illinois,
Away and only the blaster up.
Sea Battle in Seattle, Washington,
Clams of their own at that. Look at that lead switch.
H-Town Splashtown in Houston, Texas,
Cooler is out. We are seeing specials fly.
Sunset Surge in Tempe,
On
Arizona,
that one, and people are jumping in rice. I think this might be a knockout.
New England in Boston, Massachusetts,
Take space all over the place.
Booyah Bay in San Jose, California,
Whether they're going to be able to get this basket, this ball in the basket.
and defending champions Gatorland in Gainesville, Florida.
In this hammer, unfortunately, gets picked.
8 amazing lands crowning the best of the best. But why stop there? This year, we want to bring more excitement, more drama, and more champions. We will be expanding from 8 teams to 12 teams. Which lands will be joining us for the first time, you may ask? A land staple that has been dominating the Southwest, SoCal in Irvine, California. An up-and-coming land with tons of excitement, Anarchy Nova in Ashburn, Virginia. A land that has been in the works for a while and has gotten plenty of traction online. Don't flounder at the function, Cary, North Carolina. And a land north of the border with a strong community presence, Toronto-Roca in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. These 12 lands will crown champions between January and early April 2026, with the 12 winners having the opportunity to face off in an online tournament on Sunday, April 26th, 2026. Which region will come out on top?
And we're live.
Oh, a brief shot into what you could watch next on YouTube. Welcome back to Beep, the LCS 2026 Showdown League Championship Tournament. You know what it is. It's coming soon. My name is Saph. I'm here with a lot of the TOs from your favorite locals. And I love, one thing I love doing here, broadcasting on Beep, is getting to just literally pick all of your brains and just tell me where you started, tell me where you are now, and just tell us who you are. Because like all 3 of you have had really incredible journeys through this community, through different things that have happened, like inside and outside of real life. Yeah, I want to know about you. The people want to know about you. And also, we'll jump into our land soon. We were already like chomping at the bit to start talking about it anyway. But Avrel, I want to start with you. Tell us about who is Avrel and what is your land that you run?
All right, so I'm Avril. I've been around the community for a long time at this point. I was a spectator through Splat 1 and the beginning of Splat 2. I joined competitive at the end of 2018. Started going to LANs in 2019. And now I've run my own local in Massachusetts called New England.
And you're running said land tomorrow, is what I heard through the grapevine.
It sure is tomorrow.
Well, we appreciate that you get to be here with us tonight, regardless of a big day tomorrow. Over there to my left, your right. Who's next to me right now? Who's this guy next to me right now?
Hey guys, this is me, Pepe. Buenas tardes, buenas noches, buenos días, all that. I am Pepe, and I am the head TO of Arizona's Sunset Surge. And I've started like my journey ever since really like S1, but I've gone into the comp scene at the beginning of S2. Haven't really touched anything related to LANs up until S3 came about. And yeah, it's a whole crazy ordeal that we're here. I mean, as you can see on my wall here, going to LANs, the land environments, the overall feeling of going to lands has been something that's been really special to me. And truly, I'm just very lucky to have been invited to be here.
And who do we got? Who do we got down below? Who's that guy? Because I know he's been here for quite some time as well.
Yeah, I'm Andy. I'm a head TO for Metro Inc. Well, one of them. But I've been around. I'm a fossil at this point. I've been around since like Splatoon 1, the start of the comp scene back then, like 2015. And I could go on about like playing competitive because I used to play competitive a lot. That was really fun. And now, in my retired age, I am a TO organizing LAN. So that's really fun too. I'm just glad.
And it's like, are you
here.
really retired if you're hosting LANs? Like, am I right?
I don't
Am I
think
right?
so. No, you're not. You know, you're still in it.
And you still got the
So-
skills.
Yeah. I'm really glad that all of you guys are here this evening. Just because the LCS LAN Championship Showdown is a really cool and ambitious project. For those of you maybe that don't know what it is out there, it's a really cool tournament that invites LANs all over North America. And this rendition of it, the second rendition that we're in 2026, we got to finally include Canada, which is so exciting, getting to expand from 8 to 12. But the panelists that you see here tonight were a part of the original LAN Championship Showdown. And for, again, those of you that don't know, there was 4 concurrent streams on Twitch. Every single team that won their respective local was had their match streamed all the way into Top Cut, into Grand Finals, with our champion last year being Gatorland. And Gatorland was kind of the titan of an industry for it. I know Pepe's rubbing his eyes. I think I thought that was going to be coming because Sunset Surge was the one to claim second place last year. And Pepe was actually getting to play on that team as well. So I can imagine there's also personal spirit feelings about LCS for you as well.
Yeah, I'm well. Oh goodness. Yeah, Seth. When you mentioned like Gatorland, in my mind, like
Sorry,
all that I can
trigger
think of
warning.
is just like that give of like the soldier, but back in the war. That's literally like what my mind is going to.
Yeah.
And truly, that although like yes, we did get second, like the overall experience, like bar none, it was the best overall. Just experience from beginning to end, even being in behind the scenes with exactly like with what I provided, being the editor for the first one. But the whole experience, best online in person journey that there was ever that it came to be, because I was just feeling so like into it the whole way through. And even aside from that, like the storylines that came to be with like all the other lands, that intrigued me as well, as like who won those, who are we going against, and people coming in and out, supporting the region. So it's like all of that. It's just like I know we'll talk more about it, but there's a lot going through my mind. And Gatorland, we'll get you next time. We'll get you next time.
We'll see you again. Don't worry. It was just goodbye for now, not goodbye forever. One thing I really would like to know is, as somebody else that also runs LAN, sorry, I didn't say that. I'm a TO for Sea Battle in Seattle, Washington. I would really like to know kind of how did you...
Okay, we're back. I think we're back. I think my
back.
OBS died. I'm really fingers crossed, hoping that doesn't happen. We're on. We're good.
We're on. We're okay. We're here.
Looks like we're good. Yeah.
We're
Oh my
back.
God! It's happening! We're alive!
We're back. We're back.
Oh my God! Everyone get places, everyone. Okay. I think we're here. We're here now. I think we are missing the screen share. I will tell you that. It's okay. Oh, it's fine. No, don't look yet. Listen. Okay. What we were saying before, I was curious about how all of you guys started your lands and how just kind of how that creation story came to be for all of you, especially with like your respective regions, respective places where you are. I mean, we're all near or in pretty major cities. And that has a really unique and cool reach in comparison to maybe other regions that are a little bit more spread out. And so Andhy, being the Titan in New York City, I'd like to start with you. Kind of, what was your guys' journey with Metro Inc. Coming together for Big Dapple, and then also having Gridlock under your guys' thumb as well?
Yeah, so I guess I always remember the first time like me, Pico, and the Law, who were like the original, like the OG original guys that started it. I think we were at the midnight launch for Splatoon 3, and we were waiting at the Nintendo store online. And we were just like, eventually we just ended up talking about, who's gonna go to, like, who's gonna build up the LAN scene again in New York, because before us there was this organization called GSM, and they would host events in Long Island, and they were like, they're pretty popular, so they stopped doing it, and then there was like a void to fill, and then we were like, who's gonna do it? We did it at that time. We were like, no, we didn't have an answer. We didn't say like, oh, we're gonna do it. But a month later, I think it was Pico who messaged me, or he's like, yo, I have a venue, let's try getting something going. Then we just got dropped in like a group chat, and then, talked to those guys there. It was Brooklyn, our original venue. We talked to those guys there and figured out like, oh, can this work? Do we have enough space? All that. Like, I'm sure you guys know the whole process of getting venues and stuff. So yeah, and then we were like, yeah, we can do it. So we tried to go very fast just to like get it going, because we were like very excited. Splatoon 3 just came out. Big LANs just happened. It was a Big House that just happened. So we were just hyped, and that energy just kept us going, I think.
What iteration is Big Dapple on now?
Right now, so the next one coming up is going to be Big Dapple 9, and then our LAN qualifier is going to be Big Dapple 10 in April.
Ooh, okay, very cool. Sorry, that's really exciting. I big fan of Big Dapple over here. And I'm sorry, I was so eager to ask you a question that I cut you off a little bit. So I'd love if you could finish your thought.
That's okay. I just remembered about Gridlock. So the idea for Gridlock was like it was similar to what the GSM, the past org, did, where they had their one-day events, and then they would have their like bigger 2-day or multi-day events. So we were like, let's do something like that, because that's pretty cool, because that's where ideally that's where like everyone shows up. Like a lot of people, not just from New York or New Jersey, they would all come in from outside. So we wanted to just create something similar to that.
Okay, right on. And it's ideal to be in a place where the city stretches really far, and I feel like so many people live in so like such close proximity. But I know that I had a conversation with you in Pico about transportation, and how like the difference of just going from one place to another can really like disrupt somebody's entire day, just because the neighborhoods like seem close together on a map, but like when you actually have to use public transportation, it could be a nightmare.
Yeah, like even for me back in when they did the Long Island events, which is like further out from New York City, I couldn't go to them like a lot. I needed to hitch a ride with someone that had a car. Otherwise, I'm like, yeah, I can't go, because the train will take too long for me. So even though you're right, it's like right there, but still so far away, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Avrel, tell us about what's going on in New England. How did you start, and who was part of it from the beginning? Were you and Brush kind of the like masterminds behind this originally? Did you bring some friends in along the way? What's the lore behind New England?
Yeah, so it was actually 3 of us at first. It was myself, Brush, and then Hapless Hero, who some of you may know. He used to run Shine in Worcester. And so
oh yeah, Shine.
He helped us get it off the ground, because he obviously has a lot of LAN experience. Mm-hmm. And Brush obviously has a lot of tournament experience. And I have 0 experience. Because because I've always considered myself a competitor first, but I really wanted something local in Massachusetts. Especially when I first saw locals popping up, like when Magic was running his event in Philly, and then when SoCali showed up. We thought it would be nice to have something here, but I had no idea what I was doing. And then Magic was the one who connected me with Brush and Hap, because they were talking about potentially getting something started because Brush was moving up here for college. So, and then they just pulled me into the group. So it was just the three of us got off the ground running, found our venue at Balance Patch, which was actually the location of the first American Splatoon 2 LAN, if I remember correctly, back in 2017.
Yeah, Squid Storm 2017.
Very
Which
cool.
I remember being incredibly jealous watching from my dorm in Western Massachusetts at the time. And so we got it up running, and Hap at this point has stepped back into a more advisor role because he, soon after our first event, his wife had a baby, so he's been more focused on family life, of course.
Of course.
But we did, and we brought in 2 additional TOs at that, which would be Small, who was a volunteer at an early event and joined the team full time. And then Fuchsia, who some of you might know from Chai Shoals and Squid West, who moved out here, didn't expect to get dragged immediately into another local, but here she is.
Right on. I was really curious about that because I remember that Splatoon 2 tournament being somewhere in Massachusetts, but I couldn't remember like the name. Balance Patch. Okay. That's really cool. Really unique lore as well, like bringing Splatoon back and like also having the knowledge that like, hey, we know Splatoon works in this venue because it's happened here before on like a very large scale. Yeah, that's really cool. Pepe, Sunset Surge. My goodness, Arizona is busy.
Oh yes. That is definitely a very true statement. In fact, we've been very busy. That we've actually announced our next Sunset Surge not too long ago, earlier today. But I will get more to that later. Within this section, though, I'm gonna answer. Hopefully not too long, because there's a whole history when it comes to Sunset Surge and Arizona's history as a whole. In fact, it all started when I've had the one question in my mind is that does anyone else play Splatoon in my state? Like not even in the US, because like I know like other people, of course, NA plays like Splatoon. I knew that, but I felt as if like no one in my state in Arizona plays Splatoon. Like I legitimately thought to myself, it was just me and my one friend who just played it like that one time, but and that was it. So because of that, it was that question alone that truly got me to be motivated in a way that like, hey, I want to try something. I will say there was someone, I believe it was, I'm gonna shout out Mamba, that they tried to start something here and something was going. I think they only did like one event. I wasn't there for it. I would have gone like without any hesitation if I knew about it. But yeah, nothing really was set in stone in terms of like LANs, tournaments, like all that. So as far as in our area, nothing has been set. So everything that has been started was from the ground up. And so ever since me and it was pretty much like just me, I had a big dream. I wanted to make a LAN happen in Arizona. No matter how many people there were, it doesn't matter if it was like 4, maybe at least 8 people, to make a full like 2 teams going against each other. But yeah, at the time, this was like before 2023. Me and Hammer at the time, who we both like were thinking about hosting Sunset Surge and SoCali in conjunction to one another. And so because of that, we were like, we were just like sharing ideas on what we can do. And in fact, this whole thing started, and by this whole thing, as in the Arizona LAN, it started because I went to, just a quick side fun story. I went to California one day, and they were promoting a Splatoon LAN happening in their area, in SoCal. And this is all organized by people who were not part of SoCali. this event was called Splat City, and I remember going driving from Arizona to here, around 6 hours with my friend Nick. I took my friend Nick and be like, hey, do you want to join with me in California and play like a tournament there? He's like, yeah, why not? Perfect. And then so we did that. The tournament itself, the TO was not there. I don't know who the TO was till this day. No idea. They did not show up, and the tournament just simply did not happen. And so, this was me, back when I was like poor as all heck. And so like I rented like a ghetto like Airbnb. It was pretty dangerous. Like there were people like that were really strange, and like so that whole thing was so not like I didn't enjoy it. Like I was like teased because I wanted to participate, and so because I didn't, I had to drive back. 6 hours. I was like so sad, and so because of that, I was like, I want to. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Mhm.
I will do Arizona LAN in my area, and so because of that, we're here, and now from the recent announcement of Sunset Surge, which will be our 10th LAN overall, coming up this April 18th.
Oh, that's so exciting. Oh my gosh. I was just thinking like, well, if you want something done, I guess you got to do it yourself. Yep.
Exactly.
If you want
And
it done right.
Pretty much.
Yes, and thank you to CKK. Yeah, this is the post that
Yeah.
that I did, and shout outs to Mexi. She's literally like on the other side of my room here. She's just like hearing this podcast, but she was like a huge help with this. So we have gathered together and we've compiled everything so that we can announce Blossom Blitz coming back for the qualifier LAN for the LCS.
That's so awesome. And especially I remember from like through your Sunset Surge journey as well, you have moved venues permanently before. So like that's also just an interesting lore piece in itself. Like LANs, locals, you guys out there listening are so interesting. And yeah, they require a lot of work. Like we could all tell you that all day long, but there's so much more nuance to it than it just being a lot of work. Like you're trying to not only create a really cool community space for a lot of people of like-minded interest coming together, but you're also creating like a vibe. If that, you're creating a vibe because you need your venue to like accommodate what you want. You have really cool merch that you want to get people. You have like different commentators sitting together. What does the commentator setup look like? Is it a couch cast? Do you have a table? Is there a really cool backdrop? Like it's like the flow chart. It's this big flow chart of like all these things trickling down to each other of like, how do we create this like really cool environment and atmosphere for people to come and hang out in? And regardless of our normally scheduled events, which something I'm actually curious about is how often do each of you run your events? Because for us at Sea Battle, I think we try to kind of do like a once a quarter type situation. So like about 4 times a year is what we feel like we can kind of manage pretty well. What do you feel?
African.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no.
What are we gonna do with our host?
Reveal. I'm here.
You're back.
We're safe.
Okay.
Are we back?
Are we? Yeah. Are we? Oh.
Oh.
My OBS
I think
keeps
we've made it.
flashing. Apologize.
I think
we're back.
back. Oh yeah, round 2. Okay, round 2. To repeat my question, if I may, OBS listening. What do you feel for your LANs respectively and where you're at? What do you feel is like the best schedule for all of you, and like what is obtainable to make a good event and also just make it consistent? I know that wasn't the exact same wording, but it's other words that I'm thinking of that I feel like also fall into this question. Andhy, we'll start. Sorry, I was like, wait a minute, I should pick somebody. Andhy, we'll start with you.
Yeah, I think we fall under, like Metro Inc. falls under like the same quarterly event schedule. We have 3 Big Dapples per year now and 1 Gridlock, which is the multi-day event that we have. I think now we feel good with this. I'm not sure if we're trying to do more, but that's always something we could think about. Yeah, right now we're rolling pretty well with that.
Cool. Avril, what do you got?
So right now we've been doing biannual, so we'll have one in like kind of around the spring, one around the fall. We are looking into increasing that to at least a third event around summertime. It's something we've discussed in the past. It's just a little harder for us because Brush is out of state when he's not in school, and we have a small enough team as is. But it's something there's definitely been interested in. We're definitely would love to go to at least 3 a year.
Right on. Pepe, what about what's going on in Arizona? What do you got?
Oh yeah. So as for us, when we started, we did do quarterly. At least that was the goal in which we did. And so once we did like quarterly, and then that felt good. At the same time, it was like, oh, that there's a lot of work, going into lands, a lot of work, a lot of time. So, and also the abundance of more lands popping up. And for us, we are like infamous for, and by we I mean like the myself, Shiny, Megsy, Sniper Up, DJ, like those people, and there's a lot more people, right? Even not outside of Arizona, but we love to support other lands. And so we're like, I think doing 3 times a year is more manageable, while at the same time making space and making room so that we can have the availability to support our lands, on our coast.
On our coast. My goodness, yeah, we have a good balance of East versus West here, and I feel like that's been a big debate lately in the LAN circle, is the East versus West and who is stronger. I mean, I'm telling you right now, Region Rumble just needs to come back. We keep talking about it in one way or another, and that's just what all roads lead to, is Region Rumble in my eyes. But one thing I want to talk about, so at this point, we've all run different iterations of our lands, different themes. Everybody's put out different like cool artwork for it to try to advertise. LCS was a really big deal, I feel, for us at Sea Battle getting asked to be a part of. Because I feel like in some ways it kind of shows this really it kind of shows like an interesting achievement to where we have all of the stones in place to be considered a contender for a big championship like this. A land that is large enough to compete against other lands into making a whole entire tournament. And I feel when LCS really came to being, it was amidst the debate where we were like, we have too many tournaments. And it's like, okay, well, we have so many people also that care about these lands so much. Like, how do we combine both of those worlds? And it felt like there was so much more at stake. Watching the broadcast on the side, because people personally knew the players that were playing from going to these lands, and you also had like a Mod Podge of players. Sorry, I'm going off tangent because I keep saying like we could just keep talking about this. It all connects to all these cool topics surrounding lands. But can you guys kind of give me like some of your insights on how LCS, like getting to prepare for something like LCS was like? Did you want to run the event a little bit differently? Like the players that you were expecting to qualify, like maybe you have a lot of regular people that show up that were like, I definitely want to try to qualify. Like, was the atmosphere or energy different, do you feel? Because like Pepe, for example, you did come to our qualifier, and you did end up winning the tournament and push Sea Bubbles to accept the nomination instead. So like, I don't know. I kind of just want to hear your guys' thoughts and create and open it more to a discussion rather than just like each of you tell me your thoughts individually. I just kind of want to like talk about how that preparation went for all of you.
For me, I go quick. The system itself, like I know from the very beginning of it, like we were just really trying to figure out, what would happen if like so and so did win multiple lands, and so that thing did exactly happen. Shout outs to Shiny, because me and them, like we are a pair, and we've been going to lands, supporting them primarily. On my end, like it's always been about like supporting the lands, making the scene grow. And yes, winning does feel good, but like the thing that like really like gets me going is the fact that like I get to talk to the TOs, I get to help the TOs in whatever way possible, even if it's just like setting up cables and whatnot. But yeah, the process of like LCS for our events, it goes back into like, okay, how can we make our LAN be like efficiently possible for us to handle? Because for the first LCS, at the time, it was our biggest count for team wise, for us having
Oh,
17 teams. So like at the time, it was like, dang, like that is a good amount, for us, because we've tried to cap it at 16, but the team who came in last minute, they turned out to be a team, shout out to Roulette, who I believe ended up getting top 3. So it's like, well, I'm glad that I invited them, because like that was awesome. And so, and their journey itself like was great. But yeah, as far as like LCS and all preparation goes for Sunset Surge, like there is a lot to keep in mind in terms of like how are we going to like support and like enjoy the idea that like this is about like representing our state. And so the one thing that I did was prepare a micro documentary for us, and that was just to showcase like, hey, we have what it takes, and to share some kind of like storylines all along the way, getting interviews from our local scene, getting people to know, hey, this is us and we are Sunset Surge. And that's been like a tagline that we've been pushing, is like, hey, like this is not just like there's good players here, but because we have the community, we have the people that support us. I mean, like for those of you who don't know, when the LCS happened, we've had the biggest VC that I've ever seen when me and Prickly Pear competed at LCS, and there was just like abundance of like a whole list of people who were just there watching the stream, supporting us, and that's just like not enough words truly like I could express to like really show like how much that means to me. And it's all of that like collaborative, just that really good feeling of like, not only did we put in the work to make sure like the LCS event like went well, but everything behind that, the storylines, the friendships, the rivalries that go along the way, screw you H-Town, but it's just that kind of stuff like really like gets me going.
I remember that the trailer, you submitted like a whole documentary just talking about the land scene in Arizona and what's been going on. Oh gosh, you're so passionate.
Oh,
And
thank you.
I need people to see that too. And I'm sure they do, but I'm just saying, like, gosh, you're so passionate. That just is that's so touching. Avril, I know that you also recently just moved venues too. So I mean, how's that been kind of like, how has it been trying to navigate that? And also, I know when we were setting up the LCS rules for last year, like there were a lot of discrepancies between East and West, because I know that you guys kind of have a little bit of a super team of your own that tends to be really powerful at your LAN.
Well, that's a little bit of a leak there. We're announcing that tomorrow. But we do have our super team in terms of Z tier players who, across the 3 events they've attended, have not dropped a single game at all. So they've just swept the last 3 events. They're attending tomorrow, and we'll see if they can keep that up tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'd say New England has probably been on the smaller side of the LCS events. But even with LCS, we did have our largest amount of teams at, I think it was 11 teams, which immediately stressed me out. But
that the uneven bracket math is always a challenge.
And we ended up having to run a format in groups that we ended up having groups. We ended up having to do Swiss because we are fairly limited in space at Balanced Patch, and it was the only way we could get through it on time, and it ended up coming out resulting in a way that I felt did not necessarily give the best experience, especially the teams who didn't make the top cut. And it is something we are rectifying going forward with the new underground bracket that we're premiering tomorrow, just to give those teams the chance to play more games, because that's really why we host these, is to give people a chance to come and play one of their favorite games with a bunch of cool people in person.
Totally. I couldn't agree more. Pepe, I heard you go, hmm.
Yeah, I
'Cause
didn't. No, I don't hear that.
it's true. It's true though. It's a really special experience to get to do, but it's also really hard. There's so many little logistical nightmares that each of us have to go through to try to make sure things run really smoothly. Even like day of and also prepping. But I feel that like whenever you do start running the day of event, you always, it seems like, have help and people will be willing to jump in and try to solve problems if they can. Also just like they're just happy to be there regardless, if there's issues or not, which is also really, really great. Um, I guess one question I personally have for all of you guys that I've been thinking about is, if you're willing to share, you can definitely gatekeep if you'd like. That's totally up to you. But I'd like to know if there have been any ideas that you've had floating around that you're like, man, I really wish we could do something like this, but it just hasn't fully come to fruition yet. But it's like something that's been on the back burner for a really long time, if you're willing to share.
I definitely have for our events, we're trying to capture player stats for each game. And we have a way to get all the screenshots for games. It's just a matter of last event we were supposed to have it happen. The problem was with like since we're at a new venue, we had to like connect to their internet networking, and there was like a lot of problems happening. So that got put to like the back. Couldn't really get that going, but we could definitely have that for next time. I'm really excited to have just record all the player stats. That's gonna be awesome.
I know that especially with North American League, that was really fun to have access to and to like really keep track of over the week. So I'm sure getting to start that up and maybe continue that into future events will also give us some really cool stories to tell.
Oh, yeah.
Avril or Pepe, do you have things on the mind? Pepe, I know you have access to a drone, okay? I know it's in there. I just can't see it. I can't prove it right now, but I know it's in there.
Man, operating a drone like in the venue would definitely not be the smartest idea, especially with like all the monitors, and not to mention the people, the attendees that could get hurt by it, like if I'm not careful. But yeah, as far as like ideas go, like there are definitely just a good amount of thoughts, ideas, concepts that I've been thinking about, and like this stems back ever since like the first LAN, because ever since like the first Sunset Surge, I've always tried to adapt like cool new ways to make every single LAN feel better than the last one. And I feel like that's always been just a thing in my end that like I always wanted to hit. But as far as like ideas, like I did have like this one crazy idea where I feel like it would be so cool where like players it's good, it's so cool when you get to see like the player cams, right? The side by side, and the people are like seeing each other, right? Like it would be so cool to just spend some time to just have both have like at least one representative on the mic and just talk to each other. Now I know there's like a fine line of like trash talking and all that. Like there's always a way to do it properly, in a way that like feels like, hey, like I would probably not do this if people don't know each other, but like if it's like friends, right? And if they already like are getting like beef like onto the camera, I feel like if we take it to the next level in terms of like, hey, this is why we're gonna win, kind of like a wrestling kind of like a podcast. I'm like, hey, like this is why we're going to win. The reasons why we have beef, so that we can not only give the audience some backstory, because not everyone's gonna know why we have beef. People just see like, oh, people are just like gonna scream against each other, but they're like, why? So that's always been a concept in mind. Like, how could we put that onto the broadcast and onto the actual event itself? Again, it can be a kind of a subject that not others may agree with in terms of like trash talk, but I feel like if it's done right, it can be not only entertaining but also like just fun for everyone to see, and it makes the sets more exciting.
It would definitely more of a production like focus, like getting the players to be okay with that, because I know that like especially with running something like this in a venue, like sometimes you have a time constraint for how late you can go.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, so it's like also streamlining a process that you want to add into your production value as well. That's really cool. I think that makes that's a very like personal. It can make it very personal for people to kind of get to go down to the player level, and hear what's going on there. Avril, tell me what's rolling around in that brain of yours. Is there anything that New England's like, this would be kind of neat to try?
I'd love to be able to get more venue cams that I've seen a lot of the other events have. We have our TO team's fairly small, and we don't have anyone with with much production experience, which makes things a little bit more difficult. But I'd love to just kind of showcase the whole LAN atmosphere for anyone watching at home, because I do feel like that was a big part of what drew me out of being a spectator and into the competitive scene, was living vicariously through the Splatoon 1 and early Splatoon 2 LANs through Twitch streams and the like.
I couldn't agree more. I feel like the LAN experience is really truly unique, and I know each of you can speak to this as competitors in a lot of these majors that we get to have, especially this last Riptide. All of you competed last Riptide, if I'm not mistaken.
It was the most stressful Riptide I think I ever played in.
So I think there's something really special to be said about that you all have a love for the game as a competitor, but then you've now transformed that energy into trying to bring that sort of atmosphere and time to someone else. And with all these respective communities that you have in little pockets of the country of North America, and now we have, like we've gotten to invite Canada to LCS as well. So this second iteration, you guys, we got to invite 4 other LANs into the second iteration, which is so exciting. So exciting. Having the 8 teams together already, the original 8 was wonderful. And the hype around that originally was so exciting. I mean, like, Pepe, thank you for hyping me up here a little bit wearing your shirt, but like we got to have shirts made for the TO staff of each event. We had so much different like material getting announced on the Splatoon tourney Blue Sky. Every team that won, yeah, look, there it is, the name in the schedule on the back with all of it's like a concert tour that LCS got to take you on. But all the hype and information that came in around this event, I'm excited to kind of transform that into LCS 2 with inviting 4 other places to join us. Especially with SoCali and Anarchy Nova, like that, those two, I feel like Falco, our mastermind, this brainchild he's created, he kind of had those 2 LANs in mind, I think, especially because SoCali had such great production value before they took a break and came back. So I think just kind of waiting to see how that was going to turn out on JoJo's end of things, and it turned out very successful. If I'm not mistaken, someone correct me, Anarchy Nova, the first time they ran, didn't they have to cap how many people could sign up, or was that this time?
I think so. Yeah,
Both.
I think the first time.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. So like I think back to Pepe's point of just like, I feel that I am alone and I'm the only one that plays Splatoon in my state. Anarchy Nova pops up, they have to cap the amount of attendees.
Mm-hmm.
So I hope, like, I just hope people out there, if you ever feel like you want to start a LAN where you are, don't let that thought stop you, because you just never know who's going to come out of the woodwork. And there's even people that aren't even involved in the online community circle, or even like go to Riptide, that show up to these LANs when they find out about them. So it's really fascinating, and it's such a cool thing to get to be a part of. So don't let that stop you ever. But Pepe, did you go to Sunset? Or sorry, did you go to Sunset Surge? Did you go to SoCali, the most recent one that ran?
Yes, I did. Yes.
Okay. Okay.
It was my first time that I went to SoCali. Not played. I just fully spectated.
Okay. How was that? Did you commentate as well?
Yeah. I was very lucky enough. Sorry. some context. Megzy is behind the camera, and she knows about my commentary history. Now, me and commentary, like, I definitely don't have like the best resume with that. For those that don't know, but I was lucky enough to commentate grand finals with DRF, and JoJo mentioned this to us to where like, hey, it's cool to like have like the SoCal champions being the commentators of the last SoCal, and it was kind of like the champions like commentating and like putting in the throne on the new like champs for SoCal. So overall, the event was great. I got to support my Arizona friends. It's so cool. Like, it's cool to say that there was a whole team just consisted of only Arizona players. Shout outs to Now This Is Epic, and it's just cool to like go in there and be like, hey, I can support my state. I'm supporting my state. Compete, going to SoCal, all that. It's like, this is cool. Like, I feel more than happy to spectate because I have that connection. And even beyond that, all the other people at SoCal, the great community that they have there. I mean, SoCal and Sunset Surge, we're pretty much on one, and we have like been together since the beginning. So overall, the event is great, and I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah, I'm really excited that we got to invite them into LCS. And also one thing I find very, very fun. So don't flounder at the function. Their first run is going to be tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Okay. I was like, Yes, their first run is going to be tomorrow, which is very exciting. And so. And for those of you that are chomping at the bit, by the way, the full LCS schedule, the actual tour dates, if you will be announced soon. They will be announced soon. So don't be being like, well, hey, where's the schedule at? Hey, when is this qualifier happening? Hey, how do I get my Sunset Surge ticket right now? It's coming. Some people have already given and teased their dates, but the whole schedule will be here soon. Okay, so just hold your horses. Consider your horses held. But so we have Don't Flounder and we have Toronto Roca, which Toronto Roca also super exciting because having not only a local there, but having especially riding the excitement from Gommel this past year. Getting to kind of be like, okay, what if we take it right? Gommel was in Toronto.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. I was like, no, it wasn't Ontario, right? It was Toronto. Okay, had to make sure. But getting to take it to a smaller scale into Toronto is really great. And one thing I really want to just, I guess, think about was kind of, the decision to invite these other LANs was really challenging. And I'm sure that all of you can speak to this as well, but like trying to get a bunch of stuff in order to make it a very successful event, not just locally with the people that you have at the physical event, but also getting to show everyone else online what's going on, is really hard. Like it's hard to balance all of those things and make them all work concurrently. And, it's also challenging when you live in locations that don't have enough attendees or just people are, like I was saying, too spread out. You just don't have a very big demographic to work with. And I'm looking at H-Town because 20 teams, come on. Okay. For a local, like that's so many for a local. That's so many. And they're very lucky to have such a strong community presence down south as well. And so one thing that I'm really looking forward to, and I think what makes it kind of an exciting risk, in my point of view, I know Falco really took his time to incubate and deliberate how he wanted this to go and who to bring on. But for Toronto Roca and Don't Flounder have not ran competitive events yet. And we've invited them to come and be on because we know, especially based on where all of you all are located, that there are people that will travel a certain distance to go to these other events. And so we were really trying to consider the player bases. Andhy and Avrel, I'm more specifically looking at you. We were considering these player bases like how far these people would be willing to travel. And so I guess I'm curious, like, do you know of like stories of other like players from your events going to different events and frequenting other events that are close by? Because I know, like, again, geographically, New England and Big Dapple are pretty far away, and like the transportation to get there could be pretty insane, whether you fly or take a train or whatever. But have you experienced a lot of other players coming to your lands from outside?
For us, I know there's a little bit of cross-pollination between us and Big Dapple, particularly for people who are in more so like the Connecticut area,
Yeah.
who can easily make it either to Boston or to New York. For us, it's been mostly very local. We did have Skep come out from the West Coast for our qualifier last year, and that they're probably the person who came from the farthest to attend our events. But at least for us, a lot of people are either in like the Metro Boston area or within like an hour or so drive to Boston. So we haven't had like a lot of far reach, but we've had a decent amount within that kind of smaller zone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's. Well, I was thinking the reverse, like which one of our attendees goes to other events, but in my mind, I know the Malibu Rising crew, like Sasu, Sherbert. They like to travel to other events. I think they're gonna be at Don't Flounder this weekend. So that's pretty cool. They also went to like Anarchy Nova, and so yeah, that's cool to see. I personally want to get out to these events too.
Yeah.
One day, yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to get to New York for ages. It's the timing's just never worked out for me.
I might be able to do something for the next event, but I'm not gonna like spoil stuff. But
yeah,
we'll see. I know.
Yeah.
Time to retire. I know the first person that traveled to our event, it has to be that SRB2 dude. He came from
wow.
UK to our event. I was like, wow. He came to one of our gridlocks, so that was crazy. I never thought I would see that happen, but I guess it's nice that since he has like a lot of friends here, so he just pull up and go play, hang out, and when people like come from far away, it's kind of weird because at first we're thinking like, oh, we're in New York City, we're for like New York City or adjacent, or to New Jersey. But then when you have like people trying to come out from far away, you kind of have to like start thinking about them, like how can they best be like served by the event. So then I know we used to have our timelines be like, oh, we'll announce the event like a month and a half or something in advance. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Like for locals, that's pretty easy to prepare for, I think. But now that like people were saying like, I need time to prepare, like if we're coming from out of state or from like Canada or something like that, that's kind of been like something we had to deal with. So now because of that, we definitely been like announcing it more in advance too. I think they're happy about that.
As someone that's been wanting to make it out to Big Dapple for so long, I couldn't agree more. I'm excited to like have some insight into what's happening next so that I can try to like plan for it, which again it's so interesting because you really hone in on the local and being close and around you, but then yeah, you spark so much interest, you have people coming from outside and you're like, well, now we have to plan this far in advance. Now we have to announce this far. Like you're like oh man at one point, but at the same time you're like, yes, we want to reach more people. We want more people to come. So like we're lucky for us, for example, we have a lot of folks that come up from Portland, and then we have some Vancouver population that also tries to make their way down as well. So it's like it's nice to just have somewhere a hub, if you will, that people can just try to frequent to as best as they can. I'm really looking forward to the type of competition we're going to see from this LCS. From what I understand, right as of right now, I have so many things I'm thinking about with this event. The rules are pretty much the same, and one of the main rules being that when you compete in your said tournament, so if I Saf am competing in, let's say Chai Shoals, for example, if I'm competing at Chai Shoals, I have to accept my nomination at the podium. You have to accept if you're going to be nominated, or if you are going to decline your nomination because, hey, I'm actually going to be traveling out to Big Dapple in a couple months to try and qualify there. Which I know we in the West Coast had that issue.
The Pepe and Shiny clause.
Yeah, Pepe and Shiny just want to sweep the entire West, and guess what they have? But but I digress. It's still really fun to have them come out and play and hang out with us. But I'm excited to see this new pot of competition coming out in the East. And I'm wondering, like, are Andhy, Avrel, are you guys worried about seeing a similar situation to that? That, like, because I have a feeling these other events are really going to start bringing some people out of the woodwork potentially.
I mean, I would. Oops, sorry. I would welcome.
I was just gonna say, you go.
Sorry. I would welcome the competition, if only because we need someone to make Z tier work for it.
Yeah.
Because like,
Yeah.
we need to give them a competition so they don't sleep through finals again.
Oh man.
I remember the last year it was because Storm played for one of the teams that won the qualifier at Big Dapple, and then at first he said he would play with the Big Dapple team, but then he changed his mind, and then it was just a whole funny situation there. I was like, what's going on? And then for this year though, I don't know. I've heard like a lot of like some high level players are gonna like come out, like you're saying, come out of the woodworks, drag other high level players to come in. So it feels like people are taking this like a lot more seriously, like competition wise. They're like, oh, New York can't lose again, or all that stuff. So I'm pretty hyped to see what's gonna happen.
I think it's really cool now, especially that we've also had the NA League go on. That brought so many people closer to kind of some people coming out of retirement, if you will. Some people just kind of being like, yeah, I actually still have a lot of skill in this game, and I can still keep playing. I'm hoping to see some of that type of competition come into LCS, because that would be, I feel, very connecting to have these like higher level roster people come into the local scenes of where they're from and just like go more grassroots and see, okay, what are some maybe new players that are trying to come in at the time and age and where the game is at right now. So I feel like this would be a good time to play our trivia game. We do have a trivia game, and you all are going to answer questions in the trivia game that I will be getting to ask of you. And also, I want to shout out our pal CKK, who was also broadcasting here for us tonight. Also a TO for the champions from last year, Gator LAN. And so you kind of have 5 people on this panel, because you have the super secret third or fifth pick. Wow, okay, math. Super secret 5th pick, that is CKK on the back end. My friends, so what's gonna happen is I'm gonna ask you some of these questions here. You're gonna DM CKK your answers, and then I think we're gonna reveal. Are we revealing anything? Oh no, yes, we're gonna reveal the actual answer. I'm assuming. Okay, yeah, we have answers to the. I was like, do we even have answers to these questions? Are we speculating?
Wait,
okay.
Some of them might be. I was hoping you would know them.
Okay.
Oh.
You know what? I did the thing where I didn't read all the directions yet. I do that sometimes. All of us do. Okay.
Players don't read.
Which actually, some of you might know these questions. I feel like some of you actually really might know the answer to these. But then if you do, then that means you win points. But the points don't really matter anyway. Okay, so does anybody here know what the highest amount of participants was in a qualifier.
Like individual, like in no teams, just individual numbers.
I'm gonna say
Mm.
teams. I'll say teams.
Teams. Okay, okay.
Hmm.
And we DM our answers to TKK, right?
Yeah. Andhy
Yeah.
looking off to the side, but secretly on the 5th monitor, frantically typing.
Exactly.
Everyone start GG pages.
Yeah, it's like
I gotta open it up.
I could probably
because
name.
I believe I know whose qualifier was.
Yeah, I
Just
could name the
don't know the
qualifier.
exact number.
Probably.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna participate too, but I'm gonna just say my answer out loud to see if I'm right.
I'm gonna do this.
Oh, I meant like which LAN. Which LAN is it?
Oh.
You have to give me a
Oh.
number.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Oh,
that is
Wait, what?
much easier question. Hold on, I got
Yeah.
which LAN had the highest participants?
Local
Like
LAN or?
which qualifier? Yeah.
which qualifier.
Oh.
Which LAN's qualifier had the highest participants? There we go.
Mm,
Now I'm second guessing myself. Shoot. Hmm.
hmm.
Hmm. Yeah.
Tell us when you have the answer, CKK, or we cut him off. That's all you get.
Get the cane.
All right, Seth, go with your guess.
Okay. So we had 8 LANs that participated last year. I think the highest amount of participants was at H-Town.
I believe it's correct because everyone guessed the same thing. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. It's like the Mario Party game where we all win money.
Yeah. One mini game.
Everyone gets a point for that one.
Okay,
Yeah.
everyone gets a point. All right.
I could tell you Gatorland had less, so I could at least verify it through that. And I assume you guys know the other ones. So
Wait. Are we fact checking?
I mean, they did have.
Hey, we all get a point.
H-Town is correct.
Yes, yes.
We're like, wait, Handy's like, no, wait.
A popular vote.
Yeah, hold on.
That is correct. Everyone gets a point.
Which players qualified twice in the first year?
Wait, all of them or just one?
1 point
Yes,
for each.
yeah, 1 point.
Oh,
for each.
Hmm.
I feel like someone here has a distinct advantage of remembering who they were.
Maybe. Perhaps.
Wait a minute. Is this play about us? Hmm. I'm second guessing a couple. I can only think of a few.
Oh man. Can I edit my answer?
It's not official yet. Go for it.
You get minus one.
Minus
Yeah,
1 if you
wrong.
edit your answer.
Can't believe I forgot about it. It's my like.
I need to see if I'm muted. Okay, no. Okay, I am. Okay. So, Avrel had Pepe, Shiny, and I forget the third. It's also Storm qualified twice, technically. So, that's 3 points. by
Okay, Avrel
remembering at
gets
the end
3.
of this inning.
Wait, can everybody hear you? CKK, are you with
yes,
us?
Yes, I'm heard. Yes.
Okay. Looking around.
Andhy
Are you in the room with us?
Pepe,
Okay.
Shiny, and Storm, also 3 points. And then Pepe himself put Pepe, Shiny, Eevee, and Storm tag. Remembering Storm at the end there, so I'll still give it because it wasn't. Nobody had said it. No one had said it. What did Evie
Yeah,
qualify twice?
did Evie
Yeah.
qualify for both for Sea Battle and what else?
For Sea Battle and Sunset Surge.
Oh my gosh,
Oh.
I can't believe I forgot about that.
Yes.
Right. Okay, then I guess 4 points for Pepe.
All right,
For
all right.
recognizing.
Boo.
Oh! Hey,
You got
I
Pepe
did
in
my
the lead.
research. I studied for this trivia.
Okay, so 3 points, 3 points, 4 points. Is that what you said? Did you read Andy's answers?
Yeah,
Okay.
Andy had the 3.
Okay.
Not including. I completely forgot about
Okay.
Evie as well.
Yeah.
Damn.
Tragic.
Damn. Okay, very good, Pepe. What was the peak count for the finals in viewership?
Ooh.
Hi.
Millions.
Now here's where I have a disadvantage. Let's see.
I'm gonna. There you go. Yeah.
Okay, is this going to be Price is Right rules? So like if you go over, you're out, but if you are under but you're close, you win?
It's I talked about it. Was like within 50 viewers, within 50, or the
Okay.
number within 50, over or under.
Bet.
Hmm.
Yeah, I'll keep my answer.
Honestly, I might bet even the Falco. If you're in the chat, please help. But I have a number. I have a number.
This one we definitely have to fact check.
I'm going to say oh wait, can I answer out loud?
Yeah, they already gave me their answers.
Okay, I'm just like I'm just cherry picking which questions I want to answer. Like I said, the points don't matter unless you're Pepe because you're in the lead. I'm gonna say 325.
Oh, I guess we never specified across all streams.
Oh, you want to do across all? I was thinking like because they all piled into one stream at the end.
Oh yeah, that is true. That's true.
Can we do all streams together?
That's kind of hard to remember.
Oh yeah, I'm sticking with 325. That's my answer.
35.
sticking
To your
with it, man.
guns.
I guess I should have specified unique viewership or peak viewership. I guess I said
I
peak
just
Too
viewership.
complicated.
Peak.
Peak.
Yeah, peak.
Okay, we had Avril asking, did it break 1,000? So I'm gonna take that as 1,000. Pepe was 1.1k, oddly specific. So I feel like you know something I don't. But even more specific, we have Andy with 853.
Area code looking number.
Truthfully, I need to phone a friend here. I'm not gonna lie. Just to get the
Falco!
answer from you.
I know.
Falco.
Someone's gonna text him right now.
My thought was peak viewership of the mainstream. I remember seeing it day of around 450.
Ooh. Okay.
But
Well, none of us won any points for that because we didn't understand the question.
I didn't even understand the question either. I'm gonna have to ask Falco for specific, and then we'll award points after the fact.
Okay. I think we gotta phone a friend with that one, and then we'll give the answer later.
Okay, sounds good.
Unless I don't know if you already fired off that message. Okay, let me ask a new question maybe while we send a carrier pigeon to Falco to answer our question for us. What LAN qualifiers? No cheating now. You multi-screen people over here. I know. Yeah, that's right. Answer I can see them. No cheating. What LAN qualifiers were on the same weekend last year?
Oh, this is easy.
Oh my god.
I'm done.
Wait, Avril, you say it's easy, so that means wait, was it? Wait.
had to be like 3. I don't know.
Okay, Andy, I'm glad I'm not the only one who has issues.
Yeah.
You're like, wait, hold on, wait, oh my shirt.
Oh,
No, 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 no,
turn
no.
around! Hey!
The
Oh
poster
man,
wall.
I have the shirt on my wall actually. You can't see it.
No,
Oh.
he's trying to show the schedule on the back of his shirt.
Mm,
You already had one gimme question, Pepe. Now you got to think.
okay.
Yeah.
Really?
See, remember when we were talking about you can trash talk with class?
No, I love it. This is exactly what I want. I'm just gonna guess here. Best guess. All right.
Okay, I
Ah,
think
Go for it, Saf.
the answer was Sea Battle and New England.
Correct. Avril obviously
That-
also knowing.
I was gonna be mad if you forgot that.
Oh,
Andy remembering Sea Battle in New England and Pepe getting it
Yeah!
so close with New England and Big Dapple. So close.
Ooh.
So close.
I was kind of thinking that too, but then I was like, wait. And Storm could not get there, play a tournament, play another tournament the next
wait,
day.
no, oh my god, I'm so dumb.
So that's plus 5 points for Avril, Andy, and myself, and a minus 10 for Pepe. No, I'm kidding.
I feel so dumb now because you said that, Andy. Yes,
I was getting confused too.
Oh man.
I think the point wise that makes us even though. Across the
Oh!
board.
Okay,
We are back.
this is this one is also maybe a Mario Party everyone gets coins type of question, and that's fine. Who are the 4 new LANs joining the LAN Champion Showdown this year? See you guys all immediately typing.
Watch me get it wrong still.
Yeah.
No way.
Furious typing.
Several people are typing.
Oh.
Uh-oh?
Okay. There you go.
Uh-oh?
No,
Oh no. Thank God.
no.
Oh, that is a typo.
All right. Ready, Saf?
Ready.
Give it your best shot.
The 4 new LANs joining us this year for LAN Championship Showdown 2026 are Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Are SoCali, Southern California. They are Don't Flounder at the Function, happening tomorrow in North Carolina. We have Toronto Roca in Toronto, Canada. And finally, we have Anarchy Nova in the DC area.
Yes.
You were right. Everyone got it right. Although one thing I did not realize is that Anarchy Nova is a play on Anarchy Nova. Thank you, Avril, for letting me know. I actually never got that. Oh my gosh, I feel dumb.
There's a lot of create. There are what's the quote? There are cathedrals everywhere for those with eyes to see them, or something, something like that. Some profound quote here. Okay, I think you said we are all tied. Is that right?
Yeah, we're all tied up here.
Shoot. Okay. This is actually a really good tiebreaker question, and I actually wonder if any of us can answer it. Name every artist that made a trading card for the LAN trading card project.
Oh, God.
For anyone who might not know what the trading card project is, Saf, do you want to take it away
Andy,
while they
Andy,
guess?
I saw no reaction from your face. Do you know what the trading card?
He's like, I got this.
Do I know what the trading card project is?
He was like, we had trading cards?
No,
you guys
no.
got cards?
I mean, I'm in the
Like, I
server. I
got
can
that
pull
list
it
on
up
my
if you're
wall.
willing. But that's a lot.
I'm just cooked with this question. That's all I know.
Well, while you're thinking about it, the trading card project, for those of you that have gone to Riptide or heard of Riptide, that we had the Riptide trading card project. Thank you, Oyasumi Luna, for putting that together for us. But it's a collective of artists that come together and they all follow one central theme to create an art piece that is like a trading card, and you can collect it from those artists at the event. And so there was a group of people that were like, why don't we do this for LCS? So every event last year, all 8 events, had an artist that was present that made a card for their said event. It was really cool. The Sea Battle one, I wish I had it in my room here, but I don't. The Sea Battle one has Eddie on it. Our mascot has this one landmark called the Fremont Troll that's underneath the highway, one of the main highways here in Seattle.
Hang on, I'm running.
Very cool. Oh, okay. I was gonna say I could also be like, I'll go get mine too. But very cool and a neat piece to have. Actually, I think I have Sunset Surges right here. Yeah, I do. I think that's where Pepe went to go and find. But yeah, I have Sunset Surges at the very least.
Yes.
Yeah, very cool. Oh, even Andhy's gone. Everybody went to go get their cards. But they made the cards like a postcard with some artwork on the back, and there is a quote from one of the TOs and where the location of the LAN as well. So very, very cool to have, which I feel like maybe we're all giving ourselves a free point here by grabbing our postcards, which is totally fine. And also kind of silly. But yeah, Chuddy and M did the Sunset Surge postcard. And gosh, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna go get the Sea Battle one. Fine.
Get it. Yeah. It is just so cool to like we're entering this again within LCS 2, because like that is just the cool thing about it, right? Is that not only are we collaborating like with competitors and players, but we also like have local artists as well. And I feel like that is just the coolest thing, because I feel like that's just more people getting represented at LCS, which means more people are looking into it and more people are just like, wait, this is cool. Like there's so much like presentation and we get to support each other, and it's just like one step beyond that I really like.
I agree. I only got to hear the second half of what you said, but I was resonating with it nonetheless. Here's the Sea Battle postcard. Oh, cool. Yeah, we got okay.
I also actually have Tri-Shoulders on me because Froppy gave me one at Riptide.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, let's zoom in on Avril first. I haven't seen the Tri-Shoulders one. Okay, yes, and Luna made that one. I do have that one as well.
New England, this is Tri-Shoulders, and then the back also has art and a little message.
And it has the address of the venue.
Yeah.
It has the address of the venue on the back as well. It's so sweet. Oh, very cool. A very neat project. I know, I was just telling everybody, I saw that we're all going to grab our postcards and be like, wait, I have points.
Show and tell.
That's fine. This is the phone a friend where you can run and go grab them. Oh, and they autographed it for you. That's sweet.
I got mine signed. Yeah, both of them.
That's sweet.
Yeah, right there. It's hard to see, but I did get signed by both of them. It's amazing. Yes.
Very fun pieces. I feel like this is Andhy's second time. This is Andhy's second go round of looking for the postcards. Okay, I
didn't find mine, but I found a Sunset Surge one. It's kind of wild.
Oh, let's go.
We all all right.
Oh, I don't have Sunset Surge. Pepe.
That's canonically correct for all of us to have a lot of Sunset Surge postcards for some reason.
Unless I misplaced it.
Okay, well,
Andhy, how did you get one? No, I'm curious. Like, wait, like how the heck did the one go to your location, to your house?
All right, everyone's put it there. Oh wait, no, Andhy hasn't put it.
Andhy, how did Pepe's asking? How did you get a Sunset Surge postcard?
It had to have been a Riptide, no?
Okay, that sounds about right. Okay.
Yeah, there's no other way. I think.
Yeah.
There's no other way.
Pepe showing up in the night holding Sunset Surge.
I wake up next to my bed. I see a postcard. I'm like, huh?
Could you see him like the paper boy on the bicycle, like throwing them out onto people's lawns in the perfect suburban neighborhood? Okay, well, I'm just gonna be a little pixelated here. That's fine. So I think I only have 5 artists, and this was the cheat. It was like if you have postcards,
Yeah.
you can go and grab them real quick. So I have Chuddy and M from Sunset Surge. I have the Curse Kid and Caro from Sea Battle, and then I know Luna from New Ink Clan. And I think so. That's just 5 for me. I'm unsure. I'm unawares of what's going on other places. I'm
Yeah,
so
I had
sorry.
5 as well.
That is true.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Avril was able to list 5 artists with Luna and Audrey for our New England Squids card. Sound
Audrey,
Hurts.
ah!
Sound Hurts for
No!
Gatorland, which is true. I can confirm that one. Soda Kind and Sushi for Chai Soul. And then Pepe had 4 points with Chuddy, M, Ben, and Ambered. Andy, I'll like. Wait, which ones did you have down, Andy?
I
I'll
okay.
give
I have
you credit
Chuddy
for
and
what you
M,
have.
and Deed is our artist. She makes our
Oh,
posters now too, so that's pretty cool.
All right.
Nice.
Well, the tiebreaker goes to Avril for naming the most. Let's go.
W.
Amazing pull on the Gatorland one. I thought I'd be the
It's
only.
because sound. I think it's because sound runs it, and I am in the server. I didn't cheat and look up who did it last year.
Oh, I should have done that.
Good stuff. Congratulations, Avril. You'll get a beep sticker the next time I see.
Yeah! Yeah!
I love stickers.
Heck yeah. Well, I guess from my side of things, I think that's all the questions that I have for this evening. I'm would just happy to even hear any of you just speak on anything that you want to share about what it means to run your local, how that kind of fulfillment affects you maybe in your everyday life, what you hope to do in the future with it. That's also a good thing. Your favorite local story, whatever local that you've been to. I would include major in this as well, but probably like first and foremost, like a smaller event you've been to. That's something that really stuck with you, and maybe pushed you to do something with your current event or like brought you into it. But Pepe, I'll start with you. Just final thoughts and also stories, anything that you want to share for anybody out there that's thinking about going to a local, running a local, XYZ.
Got you. Yeah. So first and foremost, I'm going to bring this subject up in the air, and this was an idea, a concept, or just more so a thought that my really great teammate, friend, like just really good friend, Shiny, has been telling me all this time that we really should like just push our events, right, to like feel more than locals, because at this point, and this goes for everyone here, everyone's like locals here. I said locals. Everyone lands here, and just beyond with like our like LCS like lands. I feel like for our events, I don't think, and I agree with Shiny that like we've gone to a point to where I think a better word, it could be regional, maybe another word that could like best fit like what our events are like size wise, because it's definitely not majors, so it's within the some kind of like middle ground of like major and local, because I feel like that's where we all are right now, because we're talking about people who like are who have taken time out of their days to fly out, right? Every single one of us here have attendees who fly out. Big numbers that are coming up. We've been improving as far as like our events go. Now, when it comes to the broadcasting as well, it's like there's so much happening that I feel like locals is truly not exactly what the exact word or term I feel like our lands are becoming. Probably at the start, 100%, but there's just like this middle ground area that I feel like we're getting into. And heck, like I'll show you this. As far as the locals go,
He's up again.
I'm gonna shout out to Shiny, because they have been getting a new project here for Arizona, where I like to think about it like this is our kind of like Big Dapple and Gridlock, where Gridlock is like our version of Sunset Surge, and then Big Dapple is our new up and coming event, which is a Backyard Brawl, as you can see here. So like Shiny, ignore the like it's pasted like on the Sunset Surge poster, but like the square logo, right? Yeah, the Backyard Brawl has now become our locals. You know, locals meaning like we are getting our local community together and we're doing tournaments literally in our backyard. The first tournament that we did was literally like right outside my backyard, and it was so good. And like, just that's really what I have to say in terms of like how the term has been. Just it does not feel fitting with how much quality we were putting into our lands. A lot of work, and yeah. So I'm gonna end it off there. And then for my one story that I want to share is that I I always enjoy and not enjoy sharing the story just because like I feel so embarrassed by it. But our first Sunset Surge, pretty much TLDR, it was my first time doing it, and at the time I was like so new to it, and it was my first time hosting an event like that. Having like I think it was 6 teams, maybe 7. Oh god, so
Just
because of
keep
that,
going.
right?
Just keep.
Yeah,
Just keep.
as I said it, I'm like, oh my goodness. So
Ah,
in my mind, I'm like, wow. I was trying to make sure that we ended at a good time. Good time being like what, like 10 p.m., right? So after doing the first event, I may or may not have not ended our first Sunset Surge at 3 a.m. No, I'm not talking about I'm not talking about the like everything got wrapped up and whatnot. No, I'm talking like grand finals was taking place like minutes before 3 a.m. Yes, like and OBT, like I'm so glad that like he was there, because if it wasn't for him, then we would have gone like even like longer. So shouts out to OBT, who was like really like the person who's like, hey, let's get moving and all that. Like he's been really good at that. But yeah, no, it's ever since that point to where I was like, my goodness, like I still think about that, and I always make sure I do not even go past by midnight. And so far, so good. But yeah, that's been my fun story. And to close my to close my face here, like I just want to like give just a big thanks to my staff. Like I would not be able to be at a point to where I am right now because I've been lost in like knowing what exactly a staff means to me. And so because of that, I was able to bring on the official Sunset Surge staff, because beforehand, like it was just more so like, yeah, people help me out here and there, but I didn't give them the quality of like, hey, you deserve this title. And so like literally just huge thanks to Megzy, Snacker Up, Shiny, DJ, Connor, and oh my god, like all those people that like come to fruition. It's been an honor, and it's really been just an all-time fun moment for me, and I'm just glad that like it's been good. So I huge appreciates them. I hope I did not miss anyone. Megzy, did I miss anyone? Oh, did I miss Fufu? Wait, I thought I said Fufu. Oh my god. If I didn't, Fufu, that's whole stories within every single person there. So much talent, and like it's like thank you, really.
Mhm. Hey, Avril. Favorite
Yes.
story, things,
So
stuffs, anything you want to share off the top of your mind.
yeah. So I'm sure Rush could tell you guys about all the stress and anxiety I have before every single event we've run.
Naturally.
But I am very much the kind of person who has stress dreams about everything that could go wrong going wrong at every LAN. And it's just we've had a couple of times when we've had pretty dumb things that have caused issues. Our first LAN, we couldn't get the routers to work. Turns out after all the time troubleshooting, power strips weren't turned on.
Oh my
So
god, it's
they just had
always
no
the
power.
power strips! Damn it!
And at it was actually at, I believe, at our qualifier, when our venue suddenly didn't have any audio cables, despite having had them every other event, we had to make an emergency micro sender run that delayed our event starting for an hour. So, cheers.
I had to do that for a headphone splitter. Oh my god.
Yeah. And like, ultimately, at the end of it all, I still kind of feel like I'm just faking my way through it and having no idea what I'm doing. But we're about to put on our 5th event tomorrow, and it hasn't completely crashed and burned, although this one's been pretty cursed. So, and just hoping to keep going, do bigger and better things for our community, just make it the best event we can for them, because just I know, especially, we have had a lot of first-time competitors who've never competed in a tournament before who've attended. I know we have at least one person coming tomorrow who's never competed before, along with having
exciting,
pretty solid presence from the college scene in the area. So we just want to keep making them just even better for them in the future going forward, and could have some big announcements coming forward. Keep an eye out on the social media on Splatoon 22 tomorrow, where we'll be streamed. And I guess if I want to have just one closing thought, is that if you've ever looked at these and thought, man, I kind of want one near me, but I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, I still have no idea what I'm doing. And somehow we're still running. And honestly, sometimes all you have to do is make a post about it online saying, hey, what if are there people in such and such area? Maybe we could start a local, and you'll have a swarm of TOs descending upon you, ready to throw advice and resources your way.
100% true. I feel like anybody, because we do get to have a little bit of a hive mind at local TO hive mind. And it's nice to have anybody new coming in just being like, where do I start? And then it's several people are typing. Here's all these different resources. Here's what we did with this. Here's how you troubleshoot this thing. This audio works better than this audio. Use this FireWire cable. Like it's down to like the minute details, but there's so much help out there for anybody that is looking for it. So I 100% agree. Andhy, Big Dapple.
Big Dapple.
Closing thoughts, things about Big Dapple. Any favorite stories? I mean, and you are well traveled, sir. Someone that's been to like the highest highs in competitive, to spec camming for the Nintendo 3 North American League, and to getting to run a local.
Yeah, it's Splatoon. That's it. Splatoon. That's why we're here, you know. Just hearing like Pepe and Avrel talk about like their experiences. I was remembering Big Dapple, like the first one too. That one was it was a fire. It was like we couldn't finish that one. We had to cut it off, and we're like, okay, we're gonna finish it online. And that was like, I remember I felt so bad about it because I was like, oh man, we couldn't deliver. People were like probably gonna be mad about it or whatever. People still had a good time regardless of what happened. So that was great to hear. And so we did end up doing online versions. That was funny. But since then, we haven't done one yet. So that's pretty good in my book. And yeah, I don't know. I just love seeing like every event, I love seeing people come in, if they're playing or not. They get to see their friends or just enjoy like the atmosphere we try to create. I personally, my favorite thing to see is when like any player, any team, they have like a close set, they pop off, it's on stream, or even if it's in like the LAN room off stream, that's always my favorite moment. I don't care how like loud they get. Even some of them get like a little reckless sometimes. Maybe they knock stuff over, but you know, I still love seeing that energy. Just like the passion to play the game. That's just my favorite thing. And I feel like it can grow. I feel like it can still grow a lot. Like Avril was saying, they had people that never played comp before enter their events. I feel like there's a lot of opportunity to reach out to like different bubbles besides like the community that we've already built for each event, there's a lot of opportunity. Like I know some colleges here, they've had people like come in through like their college, say their clubs, they get like funded from that. That's pretty great. I know there's like a whole this whole play versus with like high school leagues going on, and people actually play Splatoon. Yeah. I don't know any high schools personally, but that's also like a lot of people that play Splatoon. And even MagFest the other day, they had a bunch of people that just signed up randomly, and they're not really, according to like Rose, who was like one of the TOs for that, they said they weren't really a part of comp. So I don't know. I just feel like there's so much room for growth, and like all of our events can be, they can be like bigger too. It's like I just imagine a lot, and I really want to be like part of like making that happen too. So I'm excited. I'm excited to keep working on this stuff, making the events fun.
Oh gosh, you guys are all so passionate, and I can feel it. That makes me really happy to hear that. I'll share a thought for me because I feel I mostly wanted to hear what you guys were saying just because I'm in the soup at Sea Battle, so it's like I want to know what other people are doing too. For me at Sea Battle, one of my favorite memories I have is, well, actually it's a memory, but also it's a staple, and that is a little known team called Costco Shrimp Cocktail. Incredible presence from a team at a local that I've ever seen. Because they are 100% casual. They're like, we don't care what you play. We don't care what level you are. All we want to do is just play at Sea Battle. And that's all. Those are the only requirements. And they have kind of a core roster with maybe like 2 or 3 people, but then they always add like a 4th special guest to play with them. And watching them grow from Sea Battle 1 all the way up to their iteration of Costco Shrimp Cocktail 9, I think is what we're at, is really funny. And there's just this whole piece of lore and memes and things that have evolved around this team just coming and playing at this event. And everybody in our server like talks about it and knows who they are. And I think another thing with that I appreciate is seeing actual competitive teams come from online into the LAN. And one example I have of that from Sea Battle is Aquatic Vanguard, aka Aquatic Vanguard. But at the LAN, they'd call themselves Aquatic Vanguard, which was always really fun because those are players that have been around for so long, but they would come to Sea Battle and play very often. So that's just also really cool to see a team that was really high up, like especially in like the Ludi, like when they were in their heyday in Ludi Div 4 a couple seasons ago, having them come into the LAN scene with us and playing and making podium quite a few times was really fun to see that kind of translation. Yeah, don't be afraid to ask questions. One of the simplest pieces of advice I could give if you ever wanted to either go to a LAN, start a LAN, don't be afraid to ask questions. Like, ask how people run their LANs. Ask what equipment could make this thing better. Ask about venues. Ask about transportation, because all of those things really do come into play when you're trying to set something up. And it's kind of very similar to what Andhy said. Like, you have to start thinking outside of your city, because you have people that are going to fly in and be like, okay, maybe I need to use public transportation. Or luckily, we get to stay with friends when we go to some of these LANs. And if you have friends in the area, obviously that is all the more enticing to get you to travel to it, because you get to kind of make a trip out of it. And that's actually that's a good segue into a different piece of advice I would give. Don't go to a place just for the event. Like, make it a trip. Make something out of it, because if, like Boston, if you're going into Arizona, you're close to like Tempe, you're close to Mesa, you're close to Phoenix, there's all these other different towns you can go to. If you're in New York City, my goodness, what can't you do in New York City? So just make a trip out of it. Add other destinations in, and put the LAN in the middle, and then supplement the rest of it, because then you get to have your really good friends show you around the city where they are, and like, how do all of these themes into the event come out in the city. If what I'm saying is making sense, you try to like add things about your city and about your local into your event, and then it kind of gives lore context to things in your city, and like maybe why we have that bridge in our poster. Looking at you, Booyabe. Why do we have that in our poster? Or why? What is the Fremont Troll? Can we actually go and see that? That's a landmark. So yeah, make a trip out of it. Go to local lands, support your locals. And actually, you know what? Why not? Hey, CKK, throw some knowledge down on me. I want to ask you the same question about Gatorland. Your closing thoughts, things about running a local, tell me. Speak.
Show up and help, because I dragged Hershey to a LAN recently. So don't just show up to LANs, drag your friends. Actually, I think it's funny, especially if they're pulling up. Be like, oh, you're going? Oh, it's also a drive for me. Let's split a hotel room. And then if you're volunteering, be like, I'm forcibly volunteering you to help me if you're not playing. Because Lord knows we need more volunteers. And thank you, shout out Hershey, for making that event run way smoother than it should have been by myself. So drag your friends, drag people who don't even like Splatoon. Hershey dragged a friend that didn't care about Splatoon but just wanted to show up to Gator. Just drag your friends, just drag people. It doesn't matter if they don't like it, or be like, it matters to me, and if you love me you would do it.
Very true. Very true. I'm gonna add that real quick, because I really resonate with that thought, because my really good friend Connor, I've known him ever since college. So he has always heard of me like playing Splatoon, right? Here and there. He has not played the game at all. Literally the first Sunset Surge and then the ones after that, I've literally like to just drag them and be like, bro, can you just commentate? Because at the time I had like no commentators, no one I knew that I was interested in, probably because like I didn't submit a form. But yeah, like I told him, okay, Connor, and then my friend Nick, who are both from college, I was like, bro, just come in, commentate, and talk about this game which you have no idea what is going on. And so he did. And because of that, like he then like became interested, not only interested in the game, but interested in the community. And that has gone to a whole degree, because now he plays comp. Like this guy who had no idea what the game was about, that I just dragged him into like my LAN event to commentate. He is now a competitor, and he is part of a team called Tempe Talent Lake Yacht Club, which I can say a lot about that team, but like that team alone has like so much going on, and it's just a whole history behind like this one friend of mine from college who is now doing comp Splatoon, who's playing with my girlfriend Megsy, and it's like, holy shit, like it's a whole different ordeal. And I'm like, yeah, you should bring more people over.
It's interesting to connect to those worlds too, like someone that you're like totally disconnected from everything, and then you bring them in and suddenly it's like they're playing competitive, they know all the lingo that I know, and you're like, wait, what? But then you're about to like go over to their house and like go to the football game or something like that. You know what I mean? Like just connecting those things is really interesting. Yeah, I think that's all that we have time for this evening. LAN Champion Showdown 2026, you guys, you don't want to miss it out there. The schedule will be announced very, very, very soon. So be on the lookout for it. Tomorrow, New Inkland and Don't Flounder at the Function have events that you need to keep an eye out for, which is really exciting. Avrel, sign us off first. Tell us a little bit about New Inkland tomorrow. Where can we find you at?
Yeah, so we'll be on Splatoon Tourney 2, part of the Splatoon Tourney family of Twitch channels, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern. So I think we're clocking at about 8 teams competing. So should be a good time, and I don't know, maybe someone will make Z-tier sweat tomorrow.
Pepe, sign yourself off. Where can people find you at?
Yes,
Peace, love,
yes.
Sunset Search.
We love Sunset Search here. and you guys should check out Sunset Surge on Blue Sky at sunsetsurge.inc. And then you can also look up my name on Blue Sky, which is at pepe.sunsetsurge.inc. And yeah, just be on the lookout. Recently have announced, by recently I mean again just today, Sunset Surge Blossom Blitz coming back on April 18th. So be on the lookout for that. Sunset Surge, we are one of the 2 LANs that are going to be the last LANs for the whole LCS qualifier. So yeah.
Andhy.
Yeah, I'm gonna retweet the Sunset Surge tweet, by the way, everyone, or re Blue Sky. I don't know what we call it now. Yeah, Big Dapple 9. We have that coming up February 21st. It's not the qualifier. We have Big Dapple 10 coming up, which is the qualifier, April 11th. So pick your poison or come to both. You could do whatever. We will have you happily. You could find us at metroinc.bluesky.social. So we'll be there. We'll make announcements. Yeah, we can't wait to see you guys.
CKK, plug Gatorland for me.
I don't know. I don't even remember if the date's official or not, but we will have one this spring. Pull up at the University of Gainesville. Sometime this spring. I don't know if it's officially announced, but I do know the date. Sometime this. We always do it. Oh, show up. Just show up. Fun.
Pull
it's
up.
A vibe.
Pull up to Gatorland. Pull up. And me, hi, I'm Saf. I was your host this evening for this episode of Beep regarding the LCS. Thank you so much, Avrel, Pepe, Andhy, and CKK for coming and chatting this evening and about your locals. I hope to make it to each of your locals. I know I've been to Sunset Surge once, but I really want to make my way out east. I'm so interested into what you guys have going on over there, and the part of the community that's out that way. I haven't been there in so long. So one of these days I'll be out east. But you don't gotta find me. It's fine. Sea Battle on Blue Sky. You can check it out. Our next event, Sea Battle 8, is coming up on January 31st. And we are running a food drive, and we are so excited about it. We get to help out Rainier Valley Food Bank. It's a local food bank to us here in Seattle, and they are accepting all sorts of different kinds of foods, toiletry items, of the like. And you get to have a button made by Riley Rooster if you donate any food, and you get to get a sticker if you donate money for the food drive as well. So thank you, everybody that's been kind of gassing up the food drive for us. We're really excited about it and to give back to our community. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. Thank you, CKK, for broadcasting. This has been your Splat Chat episode of the week, episode 30. Don't forget to tune in to the LAN Championship Showdown and participate in your respective LANs. We'll all be so excited to see you there. And keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for the schedule announcement, because that'll be coming out really soon, and we're really excited to share it with you. Thank you so much. Have a great evening, everybody.